And allegedly, the message was received because Shador, his first week in Cleveland, went to these high schools and tried to pour into these children, allegedly because the flashy big chain wearer, I'm going to do this at the combine, has allegedly changed his tune after the NFL allegedly humbled him and made him miss out on allegedly up to $50 million in upfront money.
Mm.
Oh, that's what you want.
Okay. Allegedly, they are trying to dismantle the Department of Education and move everything to the SBA, which is Small Business Administration, so that minorities are unable to attend school and make it harder to have funding for your entrepreneurship opportunities.
Snap, snap, snap.
Y'all heard me on Facebook. I hope so.
Allegedly, us as a culture need to get back to what they call that, trade school. That's what we allegedly need to do. All right, baby. I'm gonna say this for both of y'all. Allegedly, Kim Kardashian is in contentions to do a reboot to The Bodyguard as Whitney Houston. Allegedly,
the Army is going to be calling on the YNs, and that's the young N-word, to help defend the United States of America.
That's great. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Hey, that was a good run. Let's get to the next one. This is something that Baby came up with. We're going to jump into it 38 minutes into the broadcast. Baby, you said it. I'm going to repeat it. Here we go. Forgive me, even if I never say it. Forgive him without an apology. Talk to him, baby.
Forgiving, it's, sometimes you got to just move on with your life. Oftentimes, we get so consumed by what the person, that they never apologize to us, that we miss out on opportunities with the one we love or the people that's there, that's present, because they don't apologize, because they don't reconcile. Things like that don't happen. And so I think that more than often, moving into your livelihood with that trauma that may have happened 10, 15, 20 years ago, you need to forgive yourself for allowing that to hold you hostage and letting so many opportunities and possibilities that, are limitless pass you by.
Oh, that's great. That's great. So first thing I like to do is I like to tap in and say, L Doobies, what's good? How y'all doing today? Appreciate y'all joining in on the show. Based on what Baby is talking about, it's the same thing I've been saying a couple of weeks ago when we were talking about doing the work within, right? Understanding who you are, forgiving yourself for a lot of the things that are happening for you, because we haven't talked about this much. The law of attraction says, what you put out in the ether, so you shall receive. So you got to do the inner work in order to get the things that you desire. That's all.
Yeah.
and I just want to jump on to say this. Forgiving is not about you forgiving them. It is about you forgiving them. Let me just make sure I say that correctly. See, when we don't forgive others, we tether that emotion and that spirit to us. And when you start to realize you acting different and moving different, it's because you ain't allow that forgiveness to intercede. So you forgive so you can forget and throw into the sea of forgetfulness, because why are you going to take that with you? That you was wrong. They did you wrong. They did something scurvy to you. Yeah, I'm going to tell you, as a human being, humans do a lot of scurvy stuff. And because this is a collaboration, I'm just going to keep my reference to, but I'm just saying, work within your soul and seek, and you shall find. But that forgiveness is for you, so that you don't hold on to it, and so that you can move forward. Because something, something happens when you allow a situation to intercede into your life, and you don't move past and give yourself the grace and mercy you need.
So I'm gonna ask this question though, based on what you just said.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna ask this question. So forgiving is one part. But what about should you forget?
You don't have to forget.
And how do you handle the intertanglings of the forgiveness and the forgetting part? Because sometimes they intertwine quite often. Sometimes you get triggered because you never forgot it.
Correct.
And now you want to pull back on that forgiveness. No, Negro, this ain't it. We back on.
I'm with you on that though. I do believe again that you don't have to forget, but not forgetting it for me, it's more like a stepping stone. It's one of those like blocks in life, right? So I'm not going to forget where I came from. I'm not going to forget the situation that happened. But what I have also done in the process of my internal work is I acknowledged my role in the situation.
Okay.
I took the accountability for how I got to that point. And that's what I don't want to forget. My role.
Good point. And I will just chime in because I'm the one that said forget, right? The reason why I'm saying forget is not that you're not going to recall. Because if you step on a push pin while walking on the floor, carpeted floor, you probably going to move different the next time, right?
Absolutely.
The lesson learned, right?
Look to the front.
So for me, not all relationships are meant to transition into the next season. And sometimes you want to forget, at least for me, because that pain, right? I want to forget. They say this. I used to say this all the time. I never forget how you made me feel. I might not recall the incident vividly anymore because life goes on and move on, but you never forget, right? And I got the knowledge from that experience. So I need to just kind of forget it all together, because if I remember it in my future, right, I might start putting a barrier up with the next person because of the pain you inflicted upon me. And that ain't fair to them, nor it is to myself. Just because someone did something to cause me great pain. The biggest thing I could ever do, big up anyone in a vulnerable era, is forgive and forget, at least for me, because I don't have